Hello and welcome to the Dallas International Film Festival. I am sitting with Peter Fonda, who is one of our award presenters tonight. Peter, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
We're so excited to have you. You are presenting the big award for the evening, the Target Narrative Award.
It's quite something, isn't it, for narrative features and documentaries. And it's a heck of a prize. I mean, that's a lot of money to a filmmaker, to a lot of people.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. That could, finish somebody's little project there or get something else off the ground. I'm going to do a lot of shopping at Target. I'm going to do a lot of just business with Target. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, Target's a great place. I agree.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your reaction when you were presented with the opportunity to present this award.
Oh, it's very simple. I said, Hagman's going to be there, and it's Dallas. Gotta go.
Yeah, I understand that you saw him on the plane. You didn't even know that he was going to be coming into town and everything, and they're like, "Well, hello."
Yeah, he knew he was coming into town, but he's just.
Oh, y'all didn't know you were on the same plane?
No, we didn't know that part. And of course, he has his new way of shaking hands by touching
Yeah, the
his.
hand bump.
And I didn't know that, so I know Larry. I just threw my arms around him and hugged him, and he started laughing.
You guys go way back. Because he's the godfather to your daughter Bridget, right?
That's right, he is.
How did you guys form that relationship?
Well, I met him in the mid-'60s. I knew his mom very well. I knew her from Broadway. In particular, the first time I saw a musical was South Pacific, and I was just taken away by that musical. So I must have seen it 20 times in New York, and I got to know Mary very well, and I used to love to listen to her tell me the stuff that they were. I had been backstage with my father's play, Mr. Roberts. They were on at the same time, but not the same theater. And so I got into watching people who were really good get ready, prepared for their work. This was without me knowing I would ever be doing this as a job myself. And it is work. We don't just memorize lines and yak yak. It's really work. And she was fabulous. So I met first Mary, and then I met Larry. And we've been very tight friends ever since then.
Yeah. We interviewed him earlier today, and he's quite a man. He's done a lot of incredible work, and he's a spitfire.
He is. He's remarkable.
Yeah.
He's 10 years younger than I am, too.
Is he really?
Can you beat that?
No. So now tell me about this. Of the collection of work that you have, you've done tons of different stuff. I mean, predominantly as an actor, but you've produced, you've written a book. What is something that has been the most memorable experience for you?
The best time I've had making a motion picture was Yuli's Gold with Victor Nunez. And I can't begin to tell you. It was a small independent film out of North Florida, but it was so well written that by the time I finished reading the script, I was in tears. Absolutely in tears. The way the narrative directives, we're talking about narrative, the narrative directives in the script are this stuff that goes from one side of the page to the other. What the actor talks is in a column in the middle of the script. So everything between the columns is narrative direction. And Victor wrote about these swamps where the tupelo gum trees grow, and I had never been there before. But through his writing in that script, which is not like reading a novel or a book about it, I felt more at home there, and never having been there, I knew what it would smell like. I knew what the sounds were. It was just all there, and I knew I would do Yuli. I knew I was right for that part.
It seems that part completely resonated within you. I mean, I know that you won awards for that. You nominated for that role, and it just seemed that it meant a lot to you. And I think that the writing really it morphed with inside.
Well, that's what's brilliant about the writing.
Yeah.
It's like it morphed from inside. It was so well done, I could take it inside and then put it out, as if we're coming out of my brain right off the top. No, it was Victor's incredible script, and he was directing, and I said, "Who's your cameraman?" When we're talking on the phone, he said, "Well, I'm actually working the camera." I said, "You operating the camera and directing?" He said, "Yeah." And I started taking a slight step back. I said, "Oh, well, then who does your lighting?" He said, "Well, basically I light, but I have an assistant with me, Virgil Morano, and he does he sets it all up the way I need it to be shown." I said, "Right." Another step back until I realized, wait a minute, you're going to edit the film too? He said, "Oh yeah." who's I better on that ground glass than the man who's going to edit the film, because he'll know, looking through that camera, I got that angle, I got that shot, now we can move on. You know, 'cause he's such a genius. He has it in his head, and he's the kind of, oh shucks, you don't know. I mean, just a big kind of ambling bear of a guy. You know, not fat and heavy, just real mellow, and yet he has all this talent inside him. It's just great.
What a wonderful experience that you had, and I know that you've had so many of those experiences. And of everything, what is the one thing that you would like to if you could talk to young filmmakers, that you would like to tell them, that you would like to impart?
Oh, never stop going for it. No matter who tells you no, if your brain keeps saying yes, and you're not, you know, a fool, keep going. Never stop.
Did you describe any experiences where you had that, you know, you had to keep pushing forward? Was it on, you know, Easy Rider that you wrote, or anything you were a part of?
Yeah, Easy Rider, of course, on different levels. But let's take the big picture, my entire life.
Just to sum it up.
Well, no, my family motto, and it's from the 12th century in Italy, is perseverate. It's the Latin imperative of the verb to persevere. It's not a suggestion, it's a command. I always say, they knew I was coming. Stick to it, persevere, don't stop.
That is awesome advice, and I appreciate that greatly. I think that with Yuli's Gold and some of your other experiences, that you have really made history in a lot of different ways, and I think that the film industry has just been greatly impacted. So thank you so much for all that you've done. Thank you so much for being here for this award to present it, and I know that whomever wins it, you're a lucky person, and I think that they are going to be honored to have you give that to them.
Well, although I know it's actually Target, and I call it Target.
Target, yeah, it's Target.
You know, I know it's them. I know that's, but for me, it's be such a pleasure to be that conduit. And as I say, Dallas and Hagman, gotta be there.
That's right. It's the place to be.
Yeah.
Peter, thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.